Good morning and welcome to Unity of Huntsville. It's so good to see you this morning on this Palm Sunday. I'd like to read our vision statement here at Unity of Huntsville. Unity of Huntsville is an inclusive, compassionate community that supports the realization of our divine potential, the awakening of our hearts, and healing through interactive learning, practice, and service. I am Reverend Dean Isley, and I will be your worship leader and song leader this morning. I'd like to introduce Debbie Priest, who will be on the keyboards. She will be doing our solo after the talk. And she will also be delivering the talk that is titled Spiritual Growth. We also have Valerie volunteering back there to run the slideshow that will have the lyrics and the affirmations on the screen behind me. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And now, if you would bring your attention to the candle here. We light the Christ candle before the service starts as a symbol of the Christ light that is in every one of us. This Christ light never goes out. And now, if you would, please stand and sing with me, My Soul is Welcome Here by Daniel Nahmod. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 One more. My soul is welcome here. And now, if you would, please greet your neighbor in hands of fellowship as we sing Weave.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
together in love. And you may be seated as we sing our congregational Get Ready, My Soul by Daniel Naiman. So, get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. 'Cause here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred souls. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. 'Cause here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. Thank you so much. You sound so good this morning. Join me as we affirm together our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. I'd like to read for you now from the Daily Word. The Daily Word is a publication of Unity World Headquarters. And the word of the day is Palm Sunday. And the affirmation is, on Palm Sunday, I celebrate the divine presence within. And the message is, today is Palm Sunday, the commemoration of Jesus' arrival in Jerusalem that symbolizes the awakening of the Christ awareness in humankind. Those who followed Jesus into Jerusalem shouted, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord." Imagining this joyous scene, I feel inspired to follow Jesus' actions and express more and more of the love, peace, joy, and light of my Christ nature. As Holy Week begins, I open my heart and mind to more fully embody and share the Christ of my being. I feel blessed knowing others around the world are doing the same. Together, we bring peace and healing to the world and to one another, fulfilling the promise of Jesus. And the scripture is from the Gospel according to John, chapter 12 and verse 13. So they took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord." Let us now affirm together our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. And now, if you would, take a deep breath with me. Just breathing in, filling the lungs and releasing. Breathing in gently but fully, filling the lungs. And relaxing your body, releasing the air back to universe. And as your breathing returns to its normal rhythm, allow your body to continue to relax. Perhaps checking in with your face and noticing if you're holding any tension around your eyes or your forehead, your jaw, just allowing it to relax, releasing that tension and bringing your awareness to this present time. Continuing to follow your body down your neck, just allowing your shoulders to drop, relaxing your body. Following out your arms to the very tips of your fingers, just relaxing and allowing. There is nothing to be done, only releasing. This is a not doing. Returning to your shoulders and following down your spine. Just relaxing as you allow your posture to become upright. All the way down to your hips. Feeling your seat firmly planted. Relaxing your legs past your knees to your ankles, along your feet to the tippy tips of your toes. Feeling yourself grounded, connected to the earth through those feet. Allowing life, energy to flow through your body now. You might picture it as a light. this cloud of light cushioning and surrounding your entire being, comforting you, flowing into your body from the divine, showing you your connection with the divine as it flows through you, touching each cell of your body with rejuvenating life energy, sweeping away any obstacle to your perfect wholeness right now. You are good, just as you are. You are loved right now and in every now moment. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. We are, each one of us, a child of God. And as children of God, we inherit divine properties, joy, peace, love. We are grateful in this moment. We know that as humans, thoughts will enter our consciousness. We will experience emotions. That is okay. We are good right now. As we go closer to the silent place within us, we allow the thoughts to come, the emotions. They simply are. We don't have to follow them or give them our attention. As we go to the still place within us, we allow them to be what they are, as we simply are being in the silence. Gently come back from the silence. We open ourselves to Spirit, the teacher within us, our comforter. We open ourselves to divine guidance. Spirit, what is mine to do? What is my next step on my unique spiritual path? Patiently we wait. Knowing that we will receive the guidance that we need at just the right and perfect time. All is in divine order. In this moment, we open ourselves to gratitude. Grateful for one another, for this gathering where we assemble as equals, each one of us, a child of the divine. Each one of us, expressions of God in this universe. We are grateful for the life energy that is our inheritance, that flows through our body now and in every now moment. We are grateful for the message as it's presented to us. Grateful that from this message we can each take exactly what we need and just leave the rest until we're ready. We are grateful in the spirit of not having anything as the object of the gratitude. Only this feeling of gratefulness. And it is in this feeling that we say thank you. And so it is. Amen. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to Debbie Priest, who will be sharing her message, Spiritual Growth.
Can you all hear me okay? Okay, great. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Well, the reason that I'm here today speaking is because God has been telling me that I need to learn how to speak in front of people. So I figured this would be a great place with all of you wonderful people. And also because there's a lot of things in that I feel that I can share about spirituality and also about psychological stuff, and having been a counselor, a therapist as well. If for some reason you can't hear me, just say something. Because this is new to me, using this. So I'd like to speak about spiritual growth today. And when I was working with the sermon, when I was thinking about it, I had this whole idea of what I was going to talk about. You know how this goes. But as I was preparing, it was like, oh man, there is so much to say about spiritual growth. So this is actually going to be part one of spiritual growth, and in a few months I'll speak about other aspects of spiritual growth. So, because I felt like this one aspect of spiritual growth is really super important. So I need to talk about this first, and it really deserves its own sermon. So I have a question for you, and that is, what do you think is most essential aspect of our spiritual growth. And I'll give you a few examples. Maybe you can meditate really deeply, maybe even go into trances. Maybe you go so deep that you can actually levitate. You hear about people who can do that. Or maybe you can perform miracles, healing. I just finished reading a book about John of God. Have any of you heard of him? Yeah, he's an amazing healer. Or maybe you can communicate with people on the other side, or you hear voices, you can talk and have conversations, or you can predict the future, or maybe you know this book inside out. You just know everything about this book. So these are some examples of aspects of spiritual growth. So I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think is the most important aspect of spiritual growth?
When you first asked the question, the first thing that popped in my mind was belief. Depends on what you believe, how you believe. That's what I think.
Deep?
The first thing that popped into my mind was saying yes to God.
Okay, saying yes to God. Anybody else? Ready?
Constantly exploring knowledge and all the resources you have. Meaning church, your
Okay, so just
books, courses.
constantly exploring.
Exploring, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Great. Anybody else?
Evolving in consciousness.
Evolving in consciousness. Okay. Well, I'm going to read what I believe is the most important aspect of spiritual growth, and that's from the Bible. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to skip around a little bit. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and I have all faith as to move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. So faith, hope, love, abide. These three. But the greatest of these is love. So I believe that the most important aspect of our spiritual growth is to grow, and I didn't pick on you because I knew the answer to that. The most important aspect of our spiritual growth is to learn to love, to grow our hearts, to love others. And yet, it seems to be the hardest thing, too. Because if we all knew how to love perfectly, would we have all this divorce, breakdown in family? Would we have this child abuse? Would we have these addictions and where we abuse ourselves as well because we can't love ourselves? So it's so hard for us to love others, and it's also so hard to love ourselves. So going to speak a little bit about what I believe was and is God's ideal of how love was meant to grow. And this is based on unification theology, which I believe. And our teacher would say, the most important school that you will ever attend in your life is the school of love. And that was meant to be our family. It's so simple. And, you know, God is a very orderly God. And I remember many years ago when I was really searching, at one point I had this revelation. I mean, I know it came from God, this revelation that just came. It said, amidst all the confusion in this world, there is order. And so God is a very orderly God. And I believe that he meant for our love to grow in stages. And so I'm going to just go through those stages really quickly, and then afterwards I'll flesh it out a little bit. So the first stage was meant to be a children's love. When we're born, and then we receive love. And, you know, and it seems so normal, so natural, yes, and yet, well, I'm not going to flesh it out right now. So that was what was meant to be, that we would just grow in love as children, knowing that we were loved by our parents and grandparents, extended family, and at the same time, as we were growing as children, we would be learning to share our love. And, you know, just the beginning of sharing with my little brother, my little sister, even though he's a jerk, but I'm going to learn to share with others. And then that would expand beyond our family to our maybe our cousins and our friends and our schoolmates. And so that this was the second stage of love. Then the third stage of love would be the love with one significant other. You know, this deep, passionate, intimate love, intimate both emotionally and physically, and very beautiful. And then the last stage of love is parental love. And this is the stage where we finally learn we're forced almost to learn to love unconditionally, because many times those little creatures are not going to love us back, but we love them anyway, no matter how difficult. And actually, I believe that this parental love is the highest kind of love, because it's the closest to God's love, because God is our parent and he loves every single one of us, no matter what. So this is what I believe was the ideal, and what it would look like if you could imagine somebody like Jesus, who has this complete, perfect love and absolute security in his relationship with God. And then he marries a Jesus-like woman who has this absolute love and complete security in her relationship with God. Do you think they would ever get divorced? You know, because he always leaves his socks on his sandals, you know, right there in the middle of the house. you know, all he has to do is pick them up and put it in the closet. What's with this guy? No, I don't believe someone like Jesus and Jesus like man and Jesus like women. I don't believe they could ever get divorced and they would know God so deeply that there's no way they could ever divorce. Then, when they have children, their children also would feel completely secure because they knew that they were just loved to the depths of their being by their parents. And this was meant to spread throughout the world. And I believe that was God's ideal from the very beginning. But instead of that order, everything got reversed and mixed up. Instead of mature people, completely mature and secure in their relationship with God, we see children giving birth to children, way before they're ready. And sometimes, even having children because they never felt loved from their parents. They never felt loved by anyone. And maybe this little tiny innocent creature might love me. So everything is mixed up and out of order as the result of this. So I believe that, our ancestors, the first ancestors, were meant to have this total love relationship with God. And they would create this loving family. It would expand throughout the world, and this would be the kingdom of heaven on earth. And then, after they're through with this life, then they pass on to the kingdom of heaven in the spiritual world. And that was God's ideal. But because this never happened, that's why we needed Jesus to come, because he was the first model of this absolute, unconditional love. And I believe that he was actually not meant to die, but actually to find his partner, that God would have been preparing his partner for him as well. And then finally through him and through his family, this would spread throughout the world. And he didn't just come to die, because if he just came to die, then why are Christians saying he's coming again, just to save a handful of Christians and bring them somewhere? No. He's coming because he has to accomplish this mission of creating love-centered, God-centered families. And before he came, it's no coincidence that 500 years before he came, Confucianism arose, Taoism, Buddhism, all the Greek philosophies. It was like spreading this environment, creating this environment so that he could actually be received, and that raising up the people all over the world so that they could understand his teachings when they came. And I believe the same thing is happening now. I mean, just so many incredible teachings, the Course of Miracles. And, you get on TV and there's like all these shows about NDEs, life after death. It's just like people's consciousness is awrying, and God is preparing again for a love-filled world. So, in conclusion, I just want to say And, so many of us, all of us did not grow in these type of families. But we still need to grow in our love somehow. So, I'm really grateful that we're going to start going out into the community and serve, because of course, that'll be great marketing for the church, but most important is that by going out and serving others, we will grow, our hearts will grow. And I'm really grateful that I've done this work of counseling, and Marion knows how it is, because it just reminds you of the suffering in the world, and it deepens your heart. And, instead of just being comfortable, we have to kind of push ourselves to realize and remind ourselves of how much suffering there is in the world, and to try to make a difference. So, I thought this was the most important aspect of spiritual growth. So I wanted to give the whole sermon, and then maybe in November or December I'll give another talk on other aspects of spiritual growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.
So I'm going to sing this song. It's called Butterfly. I need to sit when I do it. This is a song I wrote a few years ago. Just a quick explanation of where the inspiration came. Many, many years ago, maybe like 25 years ago, I was really, really struggling and really, really miserable. And at one point, I was I was outside, and it was at the seminary, and it was like a beautiful day, and I was sitting on a bench, and I just started crying and crying and crying, and then I opened up my eyes, and there was this butterfly, and it was just on my hand, and it just stayed there, and it stayed in my hand for about 15 minutes. I got up and I walked around, and I just felt it was like God was speaking to me, saying, I'm with you. And I feel like the nature speaks to us and gives us comfort. So that's where the inspiration for this song came from. So it's sort of a sad song, but it's also a hopeful song. It's a song about love and loss and new hope, kind of like Easter, new hope. And butterflies with the spring. I thought it'd be a good song for today. Reminds me of the walks so very far from me. Butterfly, oh please just go away. I'll face my pain alone for another day. Butterfly, don't stay here with me. You're reminding me of who I used to be. Life was once so sweet, but then he went away. So now I only weep, and sorrow fills each day. Why are you still here? You cling to me so strong, as if you really Oh, my butterfly, are you trying to say to me that life goes on and my love is right here with me?
Thank you, Debbie. Can I get a volunteer to help me collect the offering today? Thank you, Patrick. Join us as we sing our offertory song, The Abundant Celebration, written by Jack Fowler and Mitch Johnson.
I celebrate my abundance today by giving this gift. I show my faith as I open my heart. My world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself.
joining us online and you would like to give, please go to unityofhuntsville.org and click on the donate button. Let us bless this offering together as we affirm. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Lovingly I give, and lovingly I receive. We've got some wonderful events happening here at Unity of Huntsville, and we invite you to participate in every one of them. Since today is the beginning of Holy Week, I'd like to announce that Friday we'll have a Good Friday service in the evening, starting around at 7 o'clock and lasting until approximately 8. It's really probably going to be shorter than that. But you'll see the nature of the service when you come Friday. Today is a special day because it's the second Sunday of the month. And on the second Sunday, two things happen after the service. One is we gather for potluck and we eat a meal together. And the other is we have Lindsay, who drove down all the way from Tennessee up there near Memphis so that she could present A Course in Miracles to us. It's a wonderful opportunity to hear a lesson and then ask questions and make comments afterwards. And that also happens on the fourth Sunday of the month as well. Every first and third Sundays we have a circle that meets. I think of it as a life support circle. It's a safe space to share. And it meets at 12:30 every first and third Sunday. If you're joining us online, I'd like to thank you and offer this opportunity to share in this experience. Because see, when we finish the service, we're going to have a circle of light where we meet as equals and we talk about the message. It's your opportunity to share your perspective. So I'd like to see you walk through those doors and join us in person. But in the meantime, I invite you to share this experience with everyone you meet, simply by seeing the Christ in each person you meet, the same Christ light that's in you. Thank you for joining us online.